Hi everyone, and welcome to another Workshop Wednesday. My name is Emma. I'm a wellness coach here at Empowering Wellness Counseling Solutions, and we are so excited to bridge this gap between March and April. We have this week 5 bridge week, and our licensed mental health counselor has already released what this next quarter of the year is all about, and it's all about building our inner CEO. And this is about regulating ourselves first before we can lead others, and coming from a place of intention and regulation. And to kickstart this month off, I wanted to share a little sneak preview of Mastering Your Inner Game, which has a section specifically on interpersonal skills, which is all about working with others, working with ourselves, and coming from this place of regulation. So this lesson that you're about to see is a sneak preview. This is a free course available to you. Check the links in the description. I will put them there. And this chunk is all about negotiating your value. So being able to have these win-win situations. Say you go into a business meeting and you come out of it with a win-win for everyone involved, and especially for yourself. So this comes from a place of understanding a 3-step process, and you'll see that in the video. I'm very excited to share this with you, and let's get started. Hi everyone, let's put this information into practice. When we're negotiating our value, we're seeing our own worth and sharing it with others. Being a cheerleader for ourselves is advocating for the life that we desire, one that fills our cup. And when our cup is full, we can readily share it with others. That's why we work from the foundation up, because it truly does start with us. Let's take a look at one of our cup-filling recipes. Step 1 in our recipe is to validate. We validate others to make sure that they feel heard, and we can still validate even if we don't fully agree. Here are some example statements. So the first one is focusing on the feeling, repeating back, "I hear that you felt," and then stating the emotion that they said. Also, active listening skills such as nodding, eye contact, and reflecting again what they say. For example, "It sounds like you wish the situation went differently." Or, "I can see how frustrating this situation is for you, and I understand why you reacted that way." We start with validation because it's a point in the conversation where if we don't validate, it might not go any further. If they don't feel heard, they might not hear you. Once someone feels heard and understood, then the space can open up to hear your side as well. Now we move to the second step in our recipe, which is using I feel statements. This is where you can share your feelings. I feel statements are meant to minimize feeling of blame and defensiveness for the other party, and this also allows us to stay action-oriented. For example, instead of saying, "You make me feel angry because you're always late," switching this to an I feel statement is a minor shift with a major impact. For example, this changes to, "I feel frustrated when you come home late because I stay awake worrying." And step 3 in our filling our cup recipe is setting boundaries. We want to set boundaries that are aligned with our values, which we dove into earlier, because this helps us navigate our conversations with more clarity. Here are some examples of assertiveness in boundary setting. For example, in the workplace, you could say, "I'm happy to help, but I need at least 24 hours notice for additional tasks." For personal boundaries, "I value our friendship, but I need us to discuss concerns directly instead of through others." Emotional boundaries, "I understand your frustration, but I can't accept being spoken to disrespectfully." This can be a lot to remember and truly put into practice, but we've provided a printable worksheet in the download section on negotiating our value, so come back to the worksheet or this video whenever you need. If you're interested in understanding some of these patterns that might show up in your relationships, we have a quiz for this, and I've linked it in the description. This will give you a more bird's eye view and provide structure for areas of strength and growth.